my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 2 in our series Tea and Honey, and it's my design team project for CollageType for August of 2022. I apologize, I think in the first video I might have said honey and tea, but it's tea and honey, okay? So I want to show you real quick how page 1 ended up, which is different than we spoke about. So let me take this out of here and I'll tell you what that is in just a second. So we had the double belly band and we were going to do a single belly band across with a magnet after deciding a double belly band was not going to work. But I made it work. So this is what I did. Let me take this out. This is our double belly band, only they are pockets. So I put this on as one wide pocket, and that's where the tag goes. And then this, I just glued here, and I glued here, and I glued there, and I glued there, and I glued the sides. So I glued here, 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 here. And then I glued here, here, here. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And that made the pockets. You have to measure. You have to flip the paper over and measure, make little lines where these are so you know where to glue. Okay? Then when you take the card out, you see the bird from the envelope. And then I made a large writing card. And those two are exactly as what we were going to do. And then I went ahead and added a little piece of ephemera. This little piece of paper says left or right, and the reason it says that, and that means that this can be put on a left-handed page or a right-handed page. The page we're about to make can only be used on a right-handed page. So since we're not putting them in the book right away, you're going to need to know, and you don't want to have all left-handed pages and all right-handed pages. We're going to have 8 pages total. So if this can be left or right, make another left or right, then you would have 4 lefts and 4 rights, or any combination thereof. Just make sure that you've got them set up so that you don't have pages that open to the middle. Put this over with the things that are done so far, which is that. Now we come to page 2, video 2. And this one I saw Mandy at Sunflowers and Doors do. I do that every time. Sunflower and Doors. We are going to change it up a little bit, but not the flaps. The flaps we're going to do the same way that she did. I wrote the measurements down ahead of time. Not saying that she didn't, but I did. And I am going to have to refer to my notes for that. So this is our paper, and I've already inked it. And actually, we're not going to use it at first. These are the papers I selected for our flaps. There's 2 that are the same. These, we're going to make some big pockets. And then we've got a card for the big pocket, which I'll make off camera. And we're actually going to need 3 big cards. Well, each one's going to get smaller. And then we're going to need enough for a little piece for a side tuck. All right? So let's get going on these flaps. Now, the flaps themselves, I tried coin envelopes, right? Which would have worked fine, but they're too small. So I wonder if we could do 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's try it her way. And then if that doesn't work, if I totally mess everything up, then we'll go with the coin envelopes. Let me set these to the side. And let's set one of these aside. So we'll have to try to do the same thing. You're going to get your scoreboard out. The measurements for each flap are such that it's going to take us a piece of paper to make each one of these 8.5s by 5.5s. Okay. Oh, actually, in my head, I was thinking 5 1/4. All right. See? All you got to do is say it out loud. So then plus a 1/2 inch. So that's going to be 6. Which we can't do because the page is only 5.5. That's why I wrote that down. 5.5. Okay. I'm already doubting myself. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make our envelope pocket thingy at 4 inches wide. So this is an 8.5 inch paper. So what we need to do is we need to find the center. Gosh, I just rehearsed this in my head. So envelope plus a 1/2. So the width is going to be 5.5. And then we want the pocket to be 4. So that's going to be 8. And then we want to have the 4 in the middle, which it will be, but we can't score it there. We're just going to make a little mark. Okay? Then we're going to score it at 2 inches out from each side of the middle. Okay? All right. Then we're going to turn it and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Well, 1/2 inch around my finger. Let's do it this way. That's a 1/4 inch. And it doesn't matter that I just scored it at a 1/4 inch. Okay? So you're going to flip it over and you can see the score lines. We're going to cut off from this score line right here to this edge. And then we're going to cut off from this score line right here to this edge up to this score line here. So you're going to cut off the corners from your bottom score line and your 4 inch wide. Yeah, that should work. 4 inch wide. A little bit 4 inch wide. Nope, that'll work. Okay, so let's take our scissors. We're going to cut up to the score line and then across to our cut. Except they did it a little crooked right there at the very end, and I'm not really sure how, but I did. I have the titanium version of these scissors coming. I'm very excited. Okay, so we're going to fold this up and fold these in, and well, it's a good thing we did a quarter. It's a good thing we did a quarter because that will give us our flap. It's not a very big flap, but it'll be our flap. We can just make them a little shorter and fold them at the half. Really wanted them to go pretty much the width of the page. And this picture does not come in an 8.5 by 11. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, I can't use that. All right, let's see if we can make it work. It's just going to make them a little shorter across. And we'll take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, then we're going to that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. That is right. So then we're going to take and we're going to fold this in. Well, because of the way I scored it, let me fold it this way first. And crease it, and then I'll fold it back. Okay? I'm going to fold it this way. Because of the fold, the valley wants to become the, well, actually the peak wants to become the bend. So I don't know why, because I scored it on the wrong side, which is what I should have done. It's a little crooked to me. Still have that little piece hanging out. Okay, so we've got this. This is going to be our pocket. This is going to be our flap that we attach it to the page with. And we don't have to worry about the back end of the envelope because the flap is going to hold it shut. Okay, so there's one. Can't believe that worked. Now let's do another. Okay, so we want it to be, we want to mark the center at 4. We want to measure out 2 inches. 2. And then 2 inches this way. And then we're going to turn it. Now, we want the score line to be on this side. So let's flip it over and score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, so now you can see the score lines. It's 1/2 inch up with a 4-inch center and 2 2-inch sides. Okay, so we're going to cut out our corners again. And try to be a little straighter than I was. And try to cut just inside the score line. Of course, I was not straight. That way the little bump isn't there. Well, look at that one. Now by the time I do the fourth one, that one looks a little crooked at the bottom though. And just to make it look a little bit better, do we want to do that? No. But we are going to go where we marked our centers. There's the center on that one. So that will work. We're going to line them up where they're the same. And we're going to cut a thumb hole. This one doesn't have a center mark, but it does have the side marks. That's so helpful. Let me try it this way, but I'm not very good at doing them upside down. I just got this thumb hole punch, and I've never used it upside down before. There we go. The reason we did both at once is so we know for sure they're even. Now, we're going to have to ink all this. So that you don't have to watch me do that, I'm going to pause the video for myself and then come back and we will do that. A couple of notes on inking this. Make sure that you ink along here where the fold's going to be, and then also make sure okay, and then also make sure that you ink on the inside, just on the top, because when you fold this over, then you're going to be able to see where it's inked. Now, it's possible, there we go. If you fold it this way, see, you're going to see the seam. But if you fold it this way, you won't. Ask me how that happened. I do not know. They should be the exact same length. Okay. Oh, but because it's 8.5. That's why. Alright, so now we need to glue these together, keeping in mind that we want the oh, I thought it was crooked, but it's the brown on the paper. Oh, keeping in mind that we want to ink this. Trying to ink lightly throughout this whole process here, not just on this page, but all the pages. And of course, as soon as I said that, I made a mistake. Sorry about that. Okay, now we're going to glue these together, making sure the long side is on the bottom. So we're going to glue this to this. So we're going to glue the short one to the long one. I just filled this. So that should have thinned it out as well. Not really. I'll have to wait for the level to go down a little bit, and then I'll add some acetate to it. Double check and make sure you've got it the correct way. Let's do this one. And glue the short flap to the long flap. And then we've got text. We're going to glue them to the left so that the text is right side up. And the pockets should match. The big egg in the middle. Let's get our paper. Now, if my calculations are correct, we should have some space in between, just a little bit. Oh yeah. And some space from the top and the bottom. So let's see how we want to lay these out. Now, I calculated this ahead of time before I cut them. I decided how far apart they wanted them, and I added that to how far down I wanted each one. And then, well, I take that back. I measured, I knew I had 8.5, so I knew 2 4-inch pockets would give me 8, and then that would give me a 1/2 inch to where I could do a 1/4 inch in the middle and an 1/8 on the top and the bottom. So what I want to do is I want to make a little mark where I want the top of each pocket to go. Doesn't have to be super dark. Most of everything is going to be covered by the pockets we're going to put on anyway. Okay, so now we're going to glue this flap. There we go. It's a little more than I needed now. We're going to glue this flap on to where the top of the envelope is right where the line is. And turn it sideways, make sure that it's straight. I love this image. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the bottom one. We're going to have to bone folder that, see if we can get it to lay down more. Otherwise, we still have time to stick magnets on the inside of the envelopes. We need to. Okay. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put the top, oops, going to put the top of the envelope on the line. What's going on here? There we go. How can my score be crooked? If I push it in, oh, that's straight. Okay, it just didn't look like it at first. Let's use the bone folder on these. They're just so big, they're gapping open. There's nothing we can do about that. Let's do the same here. Same here. Just basically on all the folds. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so we're going to need to make cards for each of these. We'll do one. This has the lines on one side and this, oh, this image on the other. Is that going to work? The bottom's just going to be leaves. I think I was just looking at the back side. Take a look here. This one's white on the back. How did that one end up white on the back? Okay, that one's got writing on the back. I mean, a writing space on the back. I can print the back of that and make a tan, but I'm just curious as to, maybe it was the other side of one of the covers and I didn't print it out with the backing on it, the whole page. Well, all of these, just this one is white. So I'm going to set it to the side. And we will use this. Okay, so we want to, it doesn't matter which side we save, so we just want it to fit. Go down a little bit and mark it. Put the corner in you want to keep, but it doesn't really matter. And really, once you make one, oh, look at that. Once you make one, you should be able to use the size to make the other one. Even though we have the thumb hole, I'm going to leave a little smidge sticking out, but I am going to round the corners of the end that sticks out. There we go. Then we'll ink them. We'll have to ink both sides. It's okay if you get a little bit extra on here. And then we'll just hold this aside and use the same measurements that are on this one. Got lucky on that one. Text is right side up. And we'll put that in there. And then we'll have the other one in here. Now, when we open this, looks like I had a little bit of glue seepage. Looks like this whole thing could go straight in a little bit. Yeah, it's on there though. They're not even. They're not exactly even this way. And I didn't notice it until it was too late. It's probably my cutting. This is probably the second one we did, and this is probably the first one. So we'll make the cards for there. You can put decorations in pockets. You can put a pocket across here or diagonal. We're going to focus on this side. There's going to be quite a few cards and things to make for this page of the book. We're going to, this is going to be the back one because we've already used it. This is going to be the front one. We'll still be able to see the bee and the honeycomb. Yeah. Want the pocket to go all the way down from there. No, we don't. You want to keep the bee. Well, even if we cut it, we have to cut it diagonal from this side. Nope. Yes. And we can turn it upside down. There's not that much text on there. Let's see how that's going to work. this here. Put this up here. It's not going to be a pocket. So it looks like we're going to lose the little bee no matter what we do. Because we want it to be behind. We want the blue one to be in the front. Or do we? Because there's no text or anything on this one. So we want to go from the opposite corners, and we want to go the opposite way. You just line the corners up with the wire, and then you'll have your diagonal cut. Okay, so we'll have that. Then we can have a pocket all the way across here to this edge. We'll cut it to follow that edge. And then down here, we'll make our tuck. Yeah. Try to decide let's yeah, that looks better. And then to cut them off even, you're just going to flip it over. Now, if you want to make them different heights, you can. Oh, we can save our B. Our text will be upside down. It's going to be upside down up here anyway. But I didn't want the blue next to the blue. So, what I think we'll do, if we cut this here, we'd still have our B, we'd still have our pocket, and we'd have a square area to make a pocket here. So let's make them different. And I'm going to put this, let me take this one out. This one here. Then let's cut it off all the way down there. Here we go. Make them like that. Oh, that's why we could still see the bee. We could cut it off here as well. Then we would still see our bee. Bound and determined to save the bee. Save the bee! And this pocket here. Then, do not like that at all. That's the only scrap we have. I'm going to make another pocket here. I think one. I don't want it to go straight across, but I don't want it to Alright, let's see how that goes. Forgot to mark the other side. Oh, there is no other, yeah, there's another side on this one. Yeah, this is the right side. This is left side. I think I might have been intending to use this side and saving that bee, which we could have done, but we didn't. So I'm gonna go here. How was I going to do that? How was that possible that that was the right measurement? It's not. Okay. We want it to be up far enough to cover that notch. So we want it to be at least to here. Okay, so let's do this angle We'll see if this is going to work. Just down to the line. Okay. Then we'll just I can cut that last little teeny piece with my scissors. Okay, and then we're going to glue them on crisscross. Okay, that would be kind of interesting. Except this page goes all the way over here. Yeah, that's fine. Except I don't really like this. Okay, we have 15 minutes left. Let me pause you for a second and see what I can do with something and see if I can rescue this in some way that I like. Okay, maybe we'll just make a corner, a pocket straight across from here. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. Does it all line up again? No, it doesn't. Okay. This could get interesting. I just like playing around with them to see. That can't be right. What was I doing? Going straight down from there. And then we're going to put a small pocket going we're going to put a tuck or a small pocket or something over here. Okay? I think maybe we should take a little bit off of this one. I think it looks too tall compared to the other ones too. So let's do that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Could have done it a little bit higher. I'm not starting over again, are you? Okay. This will be down here. This will be here. This will be here. Okay, I like that. Then we could put a piece of paper across here that makes a tuck that goes that way. That's what we'll do. Okay? So we're going to have to ink everything. Okay. And we'll lose our pieces. So we're going to glue this on the long edges. Okay. I'm going to put this one this way. So I realize I've been really quiet on this one. I was paying close attention because of the measurements and things. And I'm really, really happy that it came out on the first try. Yeah, it's too bad we can't save that little bee. Oh, we are saving it. Duh. Save the bees. I think that's what I said. I was so happy. If your timer go off, that just means we're at an hour. I've got a new setup now with my new computer so that I don't have to worry about starting a new video and then tying them together. You may have noticed the timer did not go off at 30 minutes. Lucky you. Okay. Alright, now we're going to glue this one on. Like that. None of those other ones have points. Well, that's alright. That's why this one does. And we'll just take a scrap of something. Okay, Once again, we're going to glue along the two straight sides. Well, they're all straight, but the two long sides. Line this up right, it can cover any and all sins that we have made in this corner. There's some Fabri-Tac there. I'm seriously thinking about dropping a magnet down in each one of these. To hold them shut. Wouldn't hold them necessarily closed this way, but it would keep them from popping up like this. Of course, the weight of the book is going to swinch them down too. And, oh no, we won't be able to always come back and add one. Well, how loose is this? This pocket's loose enough we could there. They didn't glue that, that's a tuck. Yeah, there's just a little teeny tiny little sliver that's making me crazy. Okay, all right, so now let's just what about this piece? Because we have a lot of pattern pages, we don't have a lot of these, so we have to work with colors. I'm just trying to get an idea how wide. I need to make this so that it'll fit on there. Look at my work area. How in the world am I even functioning? Now, did I, or did I not measure this one so that it sticks out a little bit? Okay, so I'm going to have to trim one. Apparently, they're not exactly the same depth. Well, poo. I can fix that, but I'm afraid I'm just going to keep making them shorter and shorter. It's not that much of a difference. Part of it Yeah, I don't like it. It's because this side pulled out right here. So somehow it ended up tipped down a little bit because I wasn't paying attention and the glue wasn't completely dry. You can see it's fine right here, but then it gets wider right there. And this one's fine. And that's because I wasn't paying attention and it dried crooked. Okay, well, I'm really disappointed that this page came out, crooked. Handmade, I guess. I was so busy doing stuff, I didn't let this completely dry. So just take a message or a note of that, a mental note. Yeah. So we want to cut this piece. I'm going to cut it right here. Cut it right here. So let's cut it this way first. And some paper's stuck on my trimmer. Where's the other line? And then this will make a nice little tuck. Right there. Okay. Now I like the text to face this way. So this is going to be my open side. So we'll put this right on here. It looks like I... So all we need to do is decorate this up. I think I'm going to end up doing dots or magnets or something to hold this down. I don't mind this coming up, but this is one of my pet peeves, is one of these. So we're going to go for now, because we've run over, and I kind of figured we would with this one. But when we come back in the next video, then what I will do is I will show you if and where I put magnets in, which I probably will. You could easily use Velcro dots. You're going to put some sort of decoration on the front if you like. I'm going to put pockets on the back. I might put a pocket on one and a side tuck on the other. Maybe a belly band. I don't know, I don't really want to cover up too many of the eggs. I really like them. Okay? Alright, so that's it for this video. We've got all these pockets right here. So we've got a big pocket here. Great big one. We have another big side tuck here. Great big one. We have another one here. We have another one here. Then we have a little one here. Okay? So we're going to have all kinds of pockets. It's up to you if you want to put 2 side tucks. That might be alright. There's all kinds of decoration you can do on this and variations. So I'm going to leave it up to you as to whatever you want to put on for pockets and such. So now don't forget, this is page 2, video 2, and it needs to be on a right hand page. Right page. Okay? That way we know. That we need a page, we need it to be on the right side so that these can open up, and or you can pull the cards out without being impeded. I'm really disappointed that the pockets didn't turn out better. I mean, they did, they're fine, but you know me, I'm a little misparticular, and yeah. Alright, I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.